is from Pablo Ginarte. He is the first Secretary of Political Affairs for the Cuban Embassy in London. So I am very happy to welcome Pablo.
Thank
Pablo,
you so much, Luna. Thank you, my pleasure. Comrades and friends, it is a profound honor to share this platform, speaking right after my compatriot, Ruben. I bring warm revolutionary greetings from the Cuban people and from the government of Cuba to all of you gathered here today. I want to extend my deepest thanks to the Revolutionary Communist Group for hosting this essential webinar, as well as to the chair and my fellow panelists speaking tonight. Just weeks ago, the Nuestra America convoy proved that the US siege can be broken. Led by the Progressive International, this was not a symbolic gesture. More than 650 delegates from 33 countries and 120 organizations, including parliamentarians, trade unionists, and veterans of the global Sumut flotilla, converged on Havana by air, land, and sea. The flagship Granma 2.0 sailed from Mexico, echoing the original voyage of 1956. You helped deliver tens of tons of food, life-saving medicines for our cancer hospitals, and over 100 solar panels that are already powering homes, schools, and health centers in Cuba. Comrades, you turned political defiance into material reality. But we need to speak about the conditions that made this convoy necessary. We are facing a severe economic and energy crisis systematically engineered by Washington. The explicit, documented goal of US policy since 1960 is to bring about hunger, desperation, and overthrow of the government. Today, this warfare has reached a dangerous new climax. With Cuba's baseless inclusion of the state sponsor of terrorist list, it is a calculated financial weapon designed to sever our access to global trade. And recently, on 29th of January, the United States declared a purported national emergency and authorized tariffs and secondary sanctions on any country sending oil to Cuba. UN human rights experts immediately condemned this as an extreme form of unilateral coercive coercion, a collective punishment designed to inflict punishment to entire population. The result is black market fuel now sells for 40 or 50 a gallon. Families, schools, and hospitals endure blackouts of 14 to 20 hours a day, sometimes more than 29 hours straight, as we saw in the nationwide collapse of March. In the face of this darkness, hostile voices try to pin the label of a failed state on us. They claim the country is on the verge of collapse, but reality denies this. A failed state does not engineer 5 of its own COVID-19 vaccines during the pandemic, becoming the first country in Latin America to do so while under siege. A failed state does not inspire 120 global organizations to mobilize a multimodal convoy to Cuba. A failed state cannot maintain the ratio of doctors per inhabitants and keep universal, free healthcare and education for every citizen despite 6 decades of strangulation and constant hostility. We have not surrendered. We have innovated. As our President Miguel Díaz-Canel has said, creative resistance is not just about withstanding the blows of the blockade, but about growing and moving forward. And that is exactly what we are doing, accelerating our solar transition with the help of China, rationing fuel with revolutionary discipline, and turning every blackout into a classroom for energy sovereignty. Comrades, the blockade operates on a doctrine of division. It seeks to isolate nations that choose an independent path. But Cuba does not stand alone. It is no coincidence that the Nuestra America convoy drew direct inspiration from the global Sumut flotilla to Gaza. Our struggles are intimately connected. Cuba continues to stand unequivocally and unapologetically with Palestine. We demand an end to the genocide and the full realization of Palestinian national rights. The same empire that blockades Cuba blockades Gaza. The same spirit that launched the global summit flotilla now sails the Granma 2.0 from Havana to Palestine. From Britain to Latin America, our struggles are one. Let the empire take note, because for the 33rd consecutive year, 165 nations at the United Nations demanded an end to the criminal blockade. Only 7 voted last year with Washington. The world has chosen solidarity over submission, and your practical solidarity, taking direct action on the waves of the Caribbean and organizing this movement right here in Britain, remind the Cuban people that imperialism is not invincible when the peoples unite. The convoy was only the beginning. The blockade will eventually fall, just as in every empire in history before it has fallen. Thank you so much for your unbreakable resolve. Thank you so much for your solidarity. Patria o muerte, venceremos. Thank you.